Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the life of one of the most infamous figures in history, Pablo Escobar. From his rise to power as a drug lord in Colombia, to his reign of terror and ultimate downfall, there are countless stories and legends surrounding this notorious criminal. But how much do you really know about Escobar? In this video, we're sharing 14 interesting facts that may just surprise you. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn more about the man who once controlled the world's cocaine market. Let's get started. Number 1. Most wealthy criminal ever. At the height of his power, Pablo Escobar ranked as the 7th richest person in the world. He amassed a net worth of $30 billion in 1993 as a result of his enormous drug business, which would be equal to $64 billion in 2021. Nobody has ever come close to matching his reported $30 billion in wealth in the criminal world, making him the richest criminal in history. His cartel was engaged in the drug trade and made about $420 million per week. For 7 years in a row, Pablo was included on Forbes' list of the world's richest people. He was listed among the richest men in the world by Forbes from 1987 until his death in 1993. He also reached his highest ranking on the list, 7th, in 1993. Number 2. Burnt cash to warm his daughter. Manuela Escobar was adored by her father, Pablo. He had eloped with a 15-year-old girl named Canao, and she was his daughter. Juan Escobar, their other child, who is now Sebastian Maroquin, revealed in an interview that Manuela once became hypothermic while the family was in a hideout in the Medellin mountainside. Pablo Escobar burned about $2 million to keep Manuela and the family warm because he was unable to find a solution. This man was extraordinary. He burned crisp $2 million bills just to keep his family warm. Number 3. $2,500 spent on rubber bands. According to reports, the Medellin cartel spent more than $2,500 each month on rubber bands to keep their cash with them. The money was kept a secret because it was primarily obtained through their drug smuggling business and other associated illegal activities. It was previously believed to be a myth, but Pablo's brother, Roberto, confirmed it, stating that Pablo and the other cartel members spent about $2,500 just on rubber bands to hold the enormous sums of money. Number 4. Each year, billions of spoilage. The main issue with Escobar's endless wealth was that it was all obtained through illegal means. The Medellin cartel also spent $2,500 a month on rubber bands to hold the money together and wrote off an estimated $2.1 billion in spoilage annually. A portion of the spoilage was simply lost, and some of the money was lost because of rats sneaking in and nibbling on the notes. Number 5. Committing murder. Around 4,000 people were killed by Escobar, including about 200 judges, 1,000 police, journalists, and government officials. Number 6. Haitian Apples. Despite owning a number of opulent residences, Haitian Apples Escobar is best known for his 7,000-acre estate, Haitian Apples, named after Naples, Italy, which is situated halfway between Bogota and Medellin. It reportedly cost $63 million and featured a soccer field, dinosaur statues, man-made lakes, a bull ring, the burned-out remains of a rival cartel's classic car collection, an airstrip, a tennis court, and a zoo. More on that later. The estate was later looted by locals and is now a well-liked tourist destination. The front gate of the estate is topped by the plane he used on his first drug run to the United States. Number 7. The Jungle King. Around 200 animals, including elephants, ostriches, zebras, camels, and giraffes, called Escobar's private zoo home. On Escobar's drug planes, many of the creatures were brought into the nation illegally. The majority of the animals were moved to zoos after his death in 1993. 4 hippopotamuses were abandoned, though. They quickly multiplied, and by 2016, there were at least 40 of them living there. The potentially harmful animals have destroyed farms and made locals fearful. To reduce the population, authorities started castrating male hippos. Number 8. Forbes. Escobar, who peaked at number 7 in 1989, appeared on Forbes' list of the world's richest people for 7 years in a row starting in 1987. According to his son in an interview, no one has wealth that is even remotely comparable to his estimated wealth. Number 9. Robin Hood. Escobar earned the moniker Robin Hood for his charitable deeds, perhaps in an effort to gain the support of regular Colombians. He constructed clinics, sports arenas, and low-income housing. Even local soccer teams were sponsored by him. When he was chosen to fill an open seat in the Colombian Congress in 1982, it was clear how popular he was with the majority of the population. Unfortunately, he was forced to resign 2 years later as a result of a campaign to reveal his criminal behavior. The initiative's Minister of Justice was assassinated. Number 10. His prison wasn't really a prison. Pablo Escobar struck a deal with the Colombian government in 1991, agreeing to serve time behind bars in exchange for not being extradited to the U.S. Pablo was aware that the penalties for extradition would be much harsher than his punishment for the crime he committed in Colombia. While Pablo had consented to serve 5 years in prison, he was going to do so on his own terms. He ordered the construction of a private jail where he would serve the remainder of his sentence. The kingpin, as you might expect, constructed something that was quite different from a prison. Instead, he built a huge party house that included a bar, a nightclub, and a room for pool, among other amenities. Number 11. Plata o Plumo. Escobar's method of problem solving was Plata o Plumo, which translates to silver, bribes, or lead bullets. Although he preferred the first option, he was not morally opposed to the second, developing a reputation for ruthlessness. Number 12. At least 85% of the world's cocaine market was supplied by Pablo Escobar. Although Pablo Escobar only operated in a few nations, at one point his cartel supplied more than 85% of the global cocaine market. The Medellin cartel smuggled an incredible amount of cocaine every week around the world at the height of its operations. Number 13. 2 submarines belonged to Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar undoubtedly owned a large number of vehicles and properties, but one of his smuggling innovations involved sending his cocaine to the United States via submarines. Number 14. Escobar made an effort to settle Colombia's debt. He led a lavish lifestyle with expensive homes and private aircraft. He reportedly tried to pay off Colombia's $10 billion debt in exchange for being released from any extradition plans. And that concludes our video on 14 interesting facts about Pablo Escobar. We hope you found it as fascinating as we did. From his enormous wealth and power to his brutal reign of terror and ultimately tragic end, Escobar's story is one that continues to captivate the world. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.